physical force. So the fact that some of you held back on that actually builds into the power of Caliban, or the pain of Caliban, because it pains him to hold back. I mean, we did something similar to this yesterday with just the physical aspect of Caliban, and Dave said, it was painful just holding that power in.
It's a resentment thing as well. Kind of like a resentment thing of if I could really destroy you, but I can't. I'm not allowed. I physically can't do
and that was that thing of bow down to one person.
Yeah, it was like,
and that was like, I don't want to.
I was really annoyed. I was like, you got the position of power, and I happened to be on the floor, so I was screwed. There was like nothing I could do about it, and I was fuming.
Yeah.
I actually felt quite impotent because I was just lashing out at people, and I think that there's a degree of impotence, rage in Caliban, but lashing out doesn't achieve anything. It just plays into the hands.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel about Caliban as well. Is it's the impotent rage of somebody who thinks they ought to be powerful, because technically they are. They can pull trees down, but the only opposition that Caliban's got is Prospero, who can put him down with the click of his fingers. So that makes him incredibly angry, but he can't do anything about it. Which is one of the reasons I think he enjoys playing with the sailors so much, because they can't click their fingers and end him.
And yes, as actors, and as the director that doesn't want to see people get hurt, there is that thing of holding back from contact. Again, I'd never ask an actor to do something I wouldn't do myself. One of the shows I was in a long time ago was Epsom Downs, and I was playing Mr. Tillotson, and Mr. Tillotson gets slapped in the middle. Anyway, the woman I was playing against was this tall and this wide, and she literally took my head off with her slaps, but I was perfectly fine with that, because I think when you really, especially with a character like Caliban, you really want to. It's a case of there's a conflict between wanting to go all the way with a characterization and holding back in case you get hurt as an actor. And every actor has to make that decision for themselves. I would quite happily, if I lost myself in a character, I would quite happily walk into danger or into a massive slap, because you're not yourself, and that's part of the thrill of acting and actually being someone else, I think. And obviously, I couldn't ask anyone here to do that. That's a decision people have to make for themselves as actors. But I don't know if any of you felt like that going through that process.
I did.
You did.
It's good. I actually thought it was quite authentic. So
it did. I mean, one of the most incredible things I've ever seen as an actor was a friend of mine at college, a guy called Matt Tatt, and he did a show. He walked on holding in his hands a large book that was on fire, and he was turning it over and putting his hand literally through the fire, because you get into that zone and you literally don't feel it, and the character is feeling it, and that is essentially where, certainly in the shows that I do with the physical theatre or with this sort of thing, that I want people to be at. Obviously not putting their limbs in fire, but feeling ready to not worry about that sort of thing, or at least that when they do it, it feels good and not. I feel like I'm saying that. Let's slap Vicky around. But you get where I'm coming from here. Does anyone have anything else to say about that experience? let's sit down and have a relax, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm shaking just watching that. Yeah,